Sometimes it's more than jewelry. It's a family legacy in jewelry form. Heirloom Stories is coming up next on the Luxe Jewelry Edit. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Luxe Jewelry Edit. I'm Elizabeth Maneri, and today's show I am so excited about heirloom stories. One of my favorite ways to document, to kind of freeze in time special moments for me and for my family is through special jewelry pieces. And I love the thought that someday my daughter will be wearing and passing down those same pieces of jewelry. So today's show is all about carrying on or even starting heirloom traditions in your family. I cannot think of a better way to start a show that is called Heirloom Stories than with this piece and actually the next, which kind of go together. So stay tuned, especially if you love this piece, the piece that's coming up right after it. They would make a perfect and complete set, but we are starting with a pair of cameo earrings. Now these are carved lava cameo earrings. Cameo is probably something you've seen. I think we're all familiar with it to some degree, but I don't know how many people truly know and understand what it is. There are actually different types of cameo jewelry depending on what it's made out of. So I always thought it was all kind of the same, or maybe even that the material didn't matter. That's not true. These cameos are carved out of lava many times, and in some of the other pieces I have today, it's actually carved out of shell, and you'll actually see one affixed to another. So these are actually the lava itself is being carved into, and that is what is creating these cameos that you're seeing. So it is set in 14 karat yellow gold, and I do want to show you the catch on the back. It's a shepherd's hook and catch clasp. So just like this, put it through your ear. So easy, but that will also help keep it sitting straight, so you'll be able to see the beautiful cameo facing forward. And let's just look at this design detail on the side. Love the metal work. Now this is a vintage estate piece. So I don't know exactly how old it is, but this is a vintage piece of jewelry. So perfect to start a family heirloom tradition with. And again, wait till you see what I have coming up next that goes with it. But first, let's talk about the incredible deal that I have for you on these earrings today. These beautiful carved lava cameo earrings are currently retailing on Gems for $15.10. My Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price is $12.50. $12.50 for a vintage estate carved lava cameo earring set in 14 karat yellow gold. Get ready to call, click, scan to take advantage of this incredible deal. So I told you, not only because the price is so good, but wait till you see how these next two pieces go together. So these are the earrings that I just showed you. I'm of course only showing you the one, but this is one of the two earrings I just showed you. This is the ring that I have coming up next. What a beautiful set this would make. Just wanted to show you those together before. I'm going to give the ring the moment in the spotlight that it deserves, but I very much wanted you to see that. This is once again the carved lava cameo, and it is also set in 14 karat yellow gold. This is a size 6 1/4 ring, and I want to make sure we show the detailing. This also is a vintage estate find. So it is an antique in its own right. It is ready to take on any legacy or any story that you want it to create for your family, to be an heirloom that you pass down for generations. Look at this metal work. You just don't see this kind of metal work every day. So delicate and yet such detail. The rope detail right here. This metal work, you've got the mill grain going around the top. This piece is currently retailing on Gems for $13.75. I have a Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price of $1,100. $1,100, under $3,000. You could purchase this piece and the earrings at the Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive prices and have an entire set, an heirloom family legacy set for under $3,000. So this next piece is another cameo, and kind of like what I was talking about in the beginning, this one is made of carved shell. So I want you to see the difference between the two. Also, I just plan on wearing this for the rest of the show because it is so beautiful and I love it so much. So any excuse to wear a beautiful piece of jewelry, but I love taking into account the difference in two pieces. So here we have the carved shell. Here we have the carved lava. Now, I would venture to guess this, when we think of cameos, what most people are the most familiar with. This is your more common, not that either is common because they're antiques, but I think that's slightly more common versus the carved lava set that I just showed you. But let's take a moment now, give this beautiful ring the moment in the spotlight that it deserves. But I did want to show those up against one another. This is another estate vintage find that we have been able to secure here at Gems. There is also just a little bit of diamond detailing if you look. Nothing substantial, very delicate, especially with antiques. We'll see they were not into a lot of bling, so you aren't going to see a lot of heavily stoned pieces, but just a little bit, just a little sparkle we added here. Set in a triangle, so it gives the illusion of a trillion stone. Love the hammered prongs that we're seeing right here. They also have a little bit of metalwork in the shape if you look closely. And show you, you don't see the pronounced or raised baskets when you look at antiques and vintage pieces that we see today. Much more delicate and subtle. It's really the metalwork and the cameo itself that kind of takes the center stage on this particular piece. But I do want to show that little bit of diamond. It is all set in 10 karat yellow gold. This ring is a size 6 1/4. Again, it is a carved shell cameo. It is currently retailing on Gems. Unbelievable steal. This would be the most incredible gift if you don't want it for yourself. At this price, you can't go wrong. You will look like a hero. $275s currently retailing on Gems. Your Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price on this unique one-of-a-kind cameo is $250. Now, let's take a moment and talk a little bit about the pricing, because I get asked all the time, how in the world are your pieces the quality and the rarity that you say they are at the prices y'all are offering? The answer is honestly very simple. I think most of us just don't think about it. Gems establishes relationships directly with jewelry designers, manufacturers, mines all across the globe. So we are sourcing our pieces from some of the best artisans and designers in the world, and we are able to cut out all of the middlemen that you would see in a traditional retail model. That saves a tremendous amount, 40, 50, 60% less than a traditional retail store would have to charge, and we pass that savings on to you. Now, the Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing, that's a little bit different. That is really my way of saying thank you for tuning in. It is a way that I get you to make sure you never miss an episode, because you never want to miss our one-of-a-kind pieces for one-of-a-kind deals. And they are just wonderful enough to extend me the opportunity to give you a little bit extra special of a deal for watching this show. So that's where we get the pricing structure that I get asked about so often. Now, another incredible deal. I cannot wait to get to the price on this one, but I want to make sure I give the details the time they deserve. I have to say, personally, this sort of rope nest, that's what I refer to it as, I don't think that's probably a very technical description, is one of my favorite vintage styles when it comes to an earring. And then we've got the Akoya pearl in the center. It is a 6mm pearl. I love this style. This makes me think of sort of the golden age of that vintage women's fashion when we used to wear dresses and heels everywhere we went. I think it is such a throwback, so beautiful. This again is an estate vintage piece that we've been able to secure, and it is set in 14 karat yellow gold. The price on these earrings, you are going to die. Whatever interface you are watching on, so if you are watching on YouTube, there's going to be a link in the description below. If you're watching on Gems Plus, you're probably going to be able to click, scan, or call. Familiarize yourself with that interface, because deals like what I'm about to tell you, they are going to fly. And remember, I only have one of all of these pieces, so you really want to make sure that you are ready to shop wherever you are watching. Are you ready to hear the price on this piece? Gems is currently retailing these earrings at $750. That is more than 50% less of what you would pay if you were shopping retail, if you could even find something as one of a kind as this. The Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price is $600. $600 for an Akoya pearl set in 14 karat yellow gold earring. And that brings us to the Abigail pick of the day. If you are a regular follower of my show or my social media, you know that I have a very discerning 7-year-old daughter. She is obsessed with her mommy's job. She's obsessed with jewelry, and she likes to pick her favorite piece from every show. We call it the Abigail pick of the day. And sometimes she gives me some real gems in terms of why she picks a particular piece. She is full of great descriptions and full of surprises. Today, she picked this beautiful pink sapphire ring with bark finish metalwork. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a moment, but her reason for picking it was that it looked like a flower crown. And it actually made me laugh because as I was looking over my pieces for today's show, I thought the same thing. It actually very much reminds me of the silhouette of the Sleeping Beauty crown, one on top of the other. This is actually the signature style that is in both the original ballet production as well as the Disney movie. Fun fact for you. And of course, the pink color fits that theme perfectly. But so she picked it because it looked like a flower crown. The way they have taken these beautiful round cut pink sapphires and set them against one another to make this flower pattern is so pretty. But possibly the star of this show is the metalwork in the 14 karat yellow gold that we see here. The style of the setting in the band itself is so Art Deco. It is so 20s, right? Doesn't it just feel like a throwback to that time? Look at this detail. I don't know that I have ever seen a bark finish to gold in person before. And truthfully, I mean, I knew what it was, I'd heard of it, never really seen it in person or outside of just photos, wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. It is so beautiful. It almost gives you a hybrid of a high polish and a matte finish. Now, of course, it is technically polished, but that bark finishing really does give you almost the feeling of matte. It is so unique, so one of a kind. I also want to point out, you've got a slight raise here. Very subtle. I talked about how in your older pieces, you aren't going to see the prominent lifted basket or even center stones that we are more familiar with today. That's a slightly more recent trend in jewelry. So they are always going to sit slightly lower, but you'll see a little bit of a lift here in terms of the setting. The Abigail pick of the day features a ½ carat of pink sapphire set in 14 karat yellow gold with this beautiful and unique bark finish. It is currently retailing on Gems for $1,030, but the Luxe Jewelry Edit / Abigail pick of the day special pricing, blow your mind, under $1,000, $825 for this one-of-a-kind piece. If you are just now tuning in, I am so glad you're here. We have already gone over quite a few absolutely beautiful pieces and absolutely incredible deals. So make sure you go back and catch the replay on YouTube. While you're there, make sure you hit the subscribe and have your notifications turned on. Everything I'm showing is a one-of-a-kind piece for a one-of-a-kind special price. You do not want to miss it. You want to make sure you are being notified as soon as these shows go live. This next piece is another absolutely beautiful piece. I have seen nothing like it ever in all of my time wearing jewelry, showcasing jewelry. I have never seen anything like this, and the price on it absolutely stopped me dead in my tracks. We have a 6.5 millimeter pearl, 3 of them clustered together. The metal work equally steals the show in this setting. I want to take it off right here so we can see it. Really take these details in. Love this swirl. Love the way it's a little bit lifted. Again, we have this really neat sort of a matte scratch finish to the gold that is a very, very signature to that 20s and 30s time period. So whether this ring is actually from that time or was just designed to look like it, that is a signature from that time period in jewelry making. This ring is a size 5 3/4. Whenever we see sizes that small, it makes me think that it probably is from that time because we definitely saw a lot of smaller sizes, much more so than we see today. It is all set in 14 karat yellow gold. Gems is currently offering this beautiful ring for $1,160, an incredible deal, easily 40, 50, 60% off what you would pay in traditional retail. But I have a Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive offer for you, $950. This one-of-a-kind, breathtaking piece, under $1,000, $950. Now, I've explained how we offer these incredible deals. We have already seen a number of them, and we have a few more to go, including today's showstopper. But I do want to take this moment to remind you, make sure you are familiarizing yourself with the interface you are watching on. So if you are watching on Gems Plus, you're going to see the opportunity to scan, to click, to call. If you're watching on YouTube, there is going to be a link in the description below. You want to make sure you're ready to go and ready to shop because these are one-of-a-kind pieces, the only one in the world, and these deals are absolutely one of a kind. This piece is throwing us back to a previous episode. Hopefully you are following along, so you saw it. We did a full episode on cabochon, and these are a cabochon finish emerald that you're seeing featured in the center, almost a full carat total. I love the way the cabochon finish has really brought out the jade color of these emeralds. You're seeing a lot of depth and a lot of color here that is so beautiful. And I think it's because we are not seeing the refraction of light the way we would with faceting. That cabochon finish really gives us that warm glow from the inside or the depths of the stone without the light refraction that a faceting is going to give us. We also have over a 1/4 carat weight of diamonds. They are all round diamonds going around the edge, and we have a double halo. The innermost halo is actually raised slightly from the outermost halo, so a double halo. It is all set in 14 karat white gold. These earrings are currently retailing on Gems for $2,475. But I have a Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price for you. Today's Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price is $2,000 for these beautiful one-of-a-kind earrings. I don't know, the only way we could make an estate heirloom piece of jewelry any better would be to add all the diamonds, and that is exactly what we have done with this next piece. This next piece is what I like to call a statement band. There's really no raised or elevated or pronounced center stone. There's no one stone that really steals the show or acts as the showcase piece. It's all of the stones together. It's the intricacy of the metalwork and the way the band is designed that is really what creates the show-stopping effect. This is such a creative take on a ring. I love a statement band because of its low profile. I often find that they are easier to wear in every day. I especially became a fan of a statement band once I became a mom, and my hands were constantly in and out of backpacks and car seats and diaper bags and all of the things. I became a statement band wearer. In fact, my poor husband, I almost never wear my engagement ring anymore for that reason. This band would be so perfect if you are someone who maybe you're in a season of life where wearing a pronounced diamond or your engagement ring or something larger isn't really your season anymore. You need something that's a little lower profile, but you don't want to skimp or sacrifice on the sparkle. This ring would be the perfect solution. This ring, just by nature of the style of it, would also make an incredible family heirloom, something that you could pass down to your daughter and their daughters for generations. The diamonds in this ring are set in platinum, and this ring is a size 6.5. It is currently retailing on Gems for $2,875, but of course I have a little bit extra special of a pricing. Our Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price is $2,300. $2,300 to start a family heirloom that will be passed down for generations of diamond and platinum. When I first thought about the theme for today's show, I kind of had two different ways of thinking. One is just I love pieces that look like or even are from a different time period. My other thought was how neat it would be to offer pieces that would allow people to start family traditions or family heirlooms. Not all of us come from families where that has been started and pieces have been passed down to us. So my hope is that if you do not have that in today's show, you have found the piece that is going to be that for your family and future generations. This next ring, I think would be my pick for doing that. This ring screams, I watched my grandma put this on for her fancy Saturday nights out dancing with grandpa. Does it not? I feel like this is the ring that I grew up watching. In my case, it was my auntie, or for some, it would be their grandparents. When she would go out dancing on a Saturday night with uncle, all of her best stuff would come out. These are the exact types of rings that she wore. There's something about a piece of jewelry that is obviously exquisite in its own right. I mean, it is a beautiful piece, beautifully designed. It is over 3/4 carat weight of diamond between the baguette and the round. It is all set in 18 karat yellow gold, all of which is absolutely incredible. But sometimes it's the sentiment or the emotion or the tradition behind a piece that is really what makes it completely priceless. And this ring is what that represents to me. I would love to know, do you have pieces of jewelry like that in your family? Is there a jewelry style that whenever you see it, it automatically takes you back to your mom, your aunts, your grandmother? Is there a piece that you have that you intentionally purchased with the idea of it going on for generations behind you? I would love to know. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and comment on today's video. And if you're not on YouTube, head on over to my Instagram, or actually either way, head on over to my Instagram, give me a follow at elizabeth.maneri. And comment on one of the photos. Let me know if you have that in your family, either coming from before you or something that you intend on starting moving forward. In fact, send me a photo. I would love to see it. Over 3/4 carats of diamond set in 18 karat yellow gold. This is a ring size 4 3/4. It is currently being offered by Gems for $2,730. But for tuning in and watching the Luxe Jewelry Edit, the Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price is $2,200. $2,200 to start a family heirloom legacy in your family. That brings us to the final piece of today's show. Does anything say family heirloom like pearls? I do not think it does. And what I particularly loved about this strand of pearls that I'm getting ready to show you, two things. They are 10mm pearls. So these are a lot larger than we see in traditional pearl strands. Also, the length, it is 32.5 inches. So you can wear it either long or, as I'm showing here, and I love the double strand. Love the statement and the elegance of having it at full length, but also so beautiful, doubled up. Again, 10mm pearls, such a statement, and 32.5 inches in length. Gems is currently offering this necklace at $2,300, but the Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price under $2,000, $1,850. Somehow that brings us to the end of today's show. I never know how that happened so quickly, but here we are. I hope you had as much fun watching as I had sharing these incredible pieces and these incredible deals with you. Make sure you never miss an episode, Thursdays at 3 o'clock, Sundays at 2. And also, if you haven't already, come on over and follow me on Instagram at elizabeth.maneri. See you soon.